Hey folks, Jason here at Fishtank. I'm going to talk about region availability for Next.js hosts so you can choose the best provider for your XM Cloud project. During your evaluation, you're going to have to consider whether you have specific regional hosting needs. Most providers have a lot of overlapping region coverage, so if your operations can function within those common kind of regions, region availability is not going to significantly impact your decision here. If you're looking at serverless hosting options, things like Vercel or Cloudflare Pages or Netlify, they use this type of global edge network where they're distributing traffic for great performance at scale all around the globe. This does make it, with the model they have, a little more difficult to pinpoint which server is going to be delivering your website, because someone in a given region is going to get whatever's closest to them. Maybe it's in their region, maybe it's just in a nearby region, but you don't have as much like granular control over that. So if you have like a compliance or a data residency requirement where somebody in a country needs to be served by a service that is in that country, then you're going to have to look at what are those regions that are available for different providers. For example, here in Canada, if you look at Vercel, they don't have a Canadian region yet. So if that happens to be a blocking factor for you, that might change what your options are for going live with a hosting provider. If you're less worried about restricting the regions and your goal is actually get the most regions available, then you're not going to be able to beat something like Cloudflare or Microsoft or Amazon. They've just got so much infrastructure around the world. Cloudflare alone has something like 300 cities, including mainland China. So when you're looking at, I just want to have as much possible regional coverage, as much range and global, they're going to have the most options for you. The other providers often are actually building on top of that infrastructure. As a note, usually I wouldn't look at Azure Static Web Apps for like data residency requirements. They don't really guarantee that on their regular plans, but they've just introduced a new dedicated plan in preview in a few certain regions. I think that's going to evolve into an option that's going to be really interesting for folks who have to have that kind of data control. If you want to have a whole lot of control over the infrastructure, I would say that Azure App Services has a lot of toggles that you can use to specify different regions, but also have a lot of fine-grained control over what you do within those regions and adding in options to be able to restrict people. It's going to give you a lot of little knobs to fiddle with so that you can get what you want. The problem with that is also great power and responsibility. So that means that you've now got to be able to have the time to go in, set that all up, manage it, and make sure that you're able to monitor that on your own. Some of the other options are a little more of an easy mode. So depending on what your compliance needs are versus your convenience needs, this is where you're going to have to balance. Like, how important is it to you versus having people spend the time getting it right? Alrighty, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be having some more videos in this series, and we'll learn about the other things that can help you choose a Next.js hosting provider. Cheers. See you later.